Hi, I'm Allie.
And I'm Becky.
We are registered dietitians that are passionate about food as medicine.
In this video, we are going to be making fermented garlic honey, a tasty medicinal condiment that you can use throughout the cold and flu season for your whole household.
Yes, fermentation is an ancient practice that aids in food preservation, but also can create synergistic effects or enhance the nutrient density or provoke new nutrients to form through a combination of probacteria action within the ingredients that are used. So by using garlic with honey, we're gonna see both of their nutrients combining in a powerful way. In fact, this study here showed when garlic and honey are used in combination, they can actually combat serious infections, even those that have antibiotic resistance, including staph, strep, and salmonella.
Beyond antimicrobial effects, we also see strong antiviral properties in both garlic and honey. So a fabulous tool for viral strep throat, for example, colds, flus, COVID, and beyond.
Also, both of these ingredients can have soothing properties and reduce the symptoms of an infection. So we can see them actually coating a throat that's sore or itchy or scratchy, reducing a cough, and actually thinning out mucus and phlegm, serving as a natural expectorant. This fermented garlic honey is a great tool to consider for our toddlers to prevent ear infection, because often that phlegm buildup is a big driver, and when they don't have ample antioxidant capacity and don't have natural antiviral and antibacterial compounds in an abundance, they're prone towards that ear infection.
Yes, a teaspoon a day could work really well, straight into the mouth, tastes like delicious honey with just a subtle little bit of garlic, very, very doable for toddlers and beyond. And we can even further enhance this and add some other beneficial antiviral supplements in to boost their immune health.
All right, let's throw it together. So just the two simple ingredients themselves. You're gonna use a 50-50 ratio. So you probably want to start with 2 to 3 heads of garlic. So we've peeled this, we've actually taken the skin off of each clove, and then we've just used the back of a chef's knife to smash or flatten each clove. That smashing allows oxygen to actually access the internal contents of each clove. This actually activates alicillin, which is one of the sulfur-containing compounds that has these medicinal properties. So let it sit out for about 10 to 15 minutes to engage with the environment and get that oxygenation activation.
Yes, and it's important to use the freshest garlic that you can find. So we probably don't want to go from the pre-peeled grocery store because that's been sitting out for a while. And the smashing of the cloves is actually going to enhance those juices that are going to interact with the honey and cause that fermentation process as well.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead after 10 minutes and put all of these smashed cloves into a glass jar. You do want to use glass. A metal could actually interfere with the fermentation process and throw off the pH. So that's probably a good start there.
So I'm just gonna pour our raw local honey. Super important to use raw here because if it's pasteurized, we won't have the beneficial microbes that are going to actually support the fermentation process. And you wanna make sure your garlic is fully submerged, not accessing the air at all, but you do wanna leave just a smidge of headspace because this will bubble a little bit. So we're gonna mix that around.
Speaking of bubbling, in the beginning, we're going to put the lid on this jar and keep this at room temperature in a dark, cool place, like the pantry, if you will. You're going to want to actually burp your lid. And what that means is, as a byproduct of fermentation, like Becky said, carbon dioxide bubbles are going to be released. And so that's going to create pressure on the top of your lid. So by burping it, you're actually just opening the lid. You might even ensure that those garlic cloves are in fact below that surface. We don't want that exposure there. So you could even press them down with a clean finger that would not interfere with the bacterial process, and then put that lid right back on. About 10 to 14 days, we'll see some active fermentation, but you could allow this to even go 3 to 4 weeks if desired.
Now we want to be careful not to over ferment this product beyond that 3 to 4 weeks is probably the sweet spot because we can see a little bit of a more vinegary taste. Now once you've strained the garlic cloves out, that honey can really last indefinitely.
Yes, and the cloves are absolutely delicious. You actually lose the intense pungency of the garlic clove. It has a very subtle, savory, and somewhat sweet flavor profile. We like to just eat those garlic cloves directly to get the immune enhancing effects, but we've also incorporated them into recipes, chopping them up into savory sauces or salad dressings, and putting them on cheese plates during the holidays, and so much more.
And beyond taking that honey as a more medicinal delivery of that teaspoon daily, we also could use it in a culinary approach. So I'm thinking this would go well in marinades or drizzled over vegetables or even over a gluten-free sourdough bread if desired.
So this is what it looks like at the 2.5 week mark. We're gonna go ahead and strain it out and then eat those cloves and use the honey medicinally.
What a great way to support the wellness of your entire household and get the medicinal benefits of both garlic and honey into one product. Plus, you get to feel like you've mastered a little bit of at-home fermentation.
Leave a comment below if you've tried this simple to execute recipe, how you're using it within your household, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Naturally Nourished YouTube channel so you don't miss out on our bi-weekly tips and tricks.
Remember last time when my shoes would squeak every time?
Yeah, I do.
I wore those yesterday and they're still doing it. So.